Hey, hello everybody. How are you? Sorry for being a little late today. I saw some pretty bad news on Twitter this morning, and I kind of crashed out a little bit over it, like mentally, I suppose. And I kind of thought about not streaming today, to be honest. But I figured I honestly really should stream, mostly just because I feel like it's important for transgender people to be kind of public, like, more in this, like, day and age, I guess. And I guess I just want to say at the top of the show here, I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. You are loved. The world is a better place with you in it. And if you don't think you're loved, you're wrong. 'Cause I love you. And I'm your Auntie Skylar. And yeah. So, sorry, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. On a lighter note, we got the Springtrap cam back. Anyway, I set that joke up earlier and kind of forgot about it. So, yeah. Anyway, we are back at it again with Lonely Freddy today, and I hopefully will be able to finish his eyeballs, at least. I don't know if I'll be able to finish the entire guy today, but I really want to get his eyeballs done and his teeth put in and his little bow tie put together. Currently, he has no eyes. You are correct. Googly boogly. But yeah. I guess I should go move that camera real quick. Like I said a few minutes ago, sorry if I'm a bit more somber today, but hopefully we'll be able to get a bunch done on this guy and go from there. So let me just reset this up. There we go. Yes, execute order. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. What was I saying? Execute order, Freddy Fazbear. Yes, that is. Man, this stream is just something, huh? Anyway. Huggy Wuggy is trying to tell me something. What's he trying to say? That's wild. No, I think what made the camera fall down was the wheel on my chair. Okay, so if you guys were here last time, let me swap this? Nope. Which one is it? Nope. 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 God damn it. There we go. If you guys were here last time, what's the word? My brain is blanking. When we put this fabric piece on here, there's like a hole behind it so that the mouth can open all the way. But then I had to cut 2 more holes for the eyes to go in. So what we're gonna do to start is I'm gonna trim out these little circle bits right here, and then I'm gonna basically implant this bit in his face, which is the like eye part. It comes apart into 2 sections, though it can fall apart into more because it's got like loose batteries. So basically I'm going to be gluing these bottom sections in, and then I'm going to be gluing the actual eyeballs to this part. Well, to that part. And then once the paint is dry, hopefully I can put the eyeballs all together and they'll be really bright. Hopefully not quite that bright, but it'll glow. So yeah, I guess without further ado, we'll just sort of jump into it. How's everybody's week been? It's kind of felt like an eternity since the last time I live streamed, but I guess it's only been a week. Did I live stream last week? I'm pretty sure I live streamed last week. Yeah. Anyway, I guess I should greet all y'all in the chat. Hey everybody, FNAF Glitch, welcome back. Not the real Maniac, I sure hope not. Or I sure hope so. Oh goodness. Steel Commander 14, welcome back. Circuit, hey. I think I saw Aiden in there earlier. Aiden Shark. How's it hanging? I'm slowly becoming Squidward. My boss has this phrase he says all the time, where he's like, SSDD, same shit, different day. And I'm just like, damn. It really do be like that sometimes. Like, oh, fuck. Can we get something when fate comes knocking today? I might be able to show you something. Give you some sneak peeks perchance. Okay. It's important for me to not make this too large because I still need it to be flexible. Oh my goodness. Okay. No need to spam questions. I can only answer so fast. I'm not gonna say where I work at just cause for obvious reasons. On Instagram I post a few photos from my job. But all it really is just like a store. So yeah. That's basically how we want it to look, kind of, I hope. Hell yeah, I think it'll still open too. Okay. So, let's do that on the other side. I am doing alright. Thanks for asking, Oracle. I kind of said a little bit at the start of the live stream. I don't know if everybody was here for that, but if you want to rewind and watch that little bit, kind of summarizes the last day for me or so. But yeah, I'm doing alright. I hope everybody in chat's doing good. Like, genuinely. Shit is rough out there nowadays. Anyway, I'm gonna try to change the subject from current day stuff. Does anybody have any good shows or something they could recommend me? I don't have a lot of streaming services, but I do have Crunchyroll. If anybody has any animes they would recommend, I might check them out or something. Let me know. Circuit. I'll just say it this way. I'm pretty sure I've said that I've answered that question already. Chapter 4 is going to be a playable experience again. And that's low-key why it's taking so long to come out. Just because I'm putting a shit ton of work into it. There's like over 40 videos is all I'll say for now. But yeah, the storyboards are almost done. Anyway. Monument Mythos? What's that one? Is that I don't know which one I'm thinking of, but there was one where it was like a bunch of gods in an arena or something. Is that what you're talking about, or am I thinking of something completely wrong? Analog horror? Wait, is that analog horror, or are you just saying analog horror? I'm so confused. How do you say that? Madoka Magica? Oh boy. Let me grab my pencil. I'll write that one right down on the sticky note of doom. I don't know why I called it that. I'm gonna look at it. I'll Google it later. M-A. I'm so bad at spelling. M-A. That sounds kind of cool. I'll Google it later. I don't actually know a lot of mainstream animes. I mostly just watch like 3. And I haven't really checked out a lot of the new ones. Newer ones. I heard, there's like a new season of that one kaiju one. I forget what it's called. I want to say it's like kaiju number 8 or something like that. Maybe I'm thinking of something different. But somebody at work told me it was a good series. I just haven't started it yet. Have any of y'all seen that one? The series you're talking about is called Project 863. Is that an anime? I'll write that down too. I'll be real, I just need shows to keep my mind off shit. What was it called? Project 863? It's a YouTube series? Well, if it's on YouTube, that means I can watch it for free, right? So I'll still look it up. It's kind of creepy looking. Wait. His head is hollow. You could just see the foil in there. But yeah, so this bit right here is just fabric, so that's why I didn't want to like cut too far right here. But yeah. Do I know the way? Of course I know the way, brothers. I don't know if that meme is incredibly ancient or not at this point, but I'll drink to that. This is full of vodka, by the way. It's not. That's a joke. That's a joke. I'm not joking. Clones batteries to give them back. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I will show you guys something when Fate Comes Knocking related before the stream ends, just for the funsies of it. You know, I got a couple ideas. Can we not talk about, like, locations, like IRL, please? I mean, it's not private information, I just don't need people spamming it. Shoots Balloon Boy. Honestly, I can get on board with that. Okay. Just gonna sort of YOLO this, I suppose. Oh, my eyes. My eyes. Freddy's eyes. Okay. I think that should work for that. Basically, all I'll have to do to turn them on is rotate them a little bit. So, it'll be a little finicky, but pretty much all my stuff is finicky when it comes down to it. You know, I'm not really sure what we're talking about either, to be totally honest. Like, I'm the one doing the live stream, and half the time I get confused on what we're chatting about. I'm like, what? Okay. This is what it... Oh, my eyes! This is... Ow! Okay, that actually... Look, guys, he has eyes now. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted, guys? That actually doesn't look that bad with eyes. Only hard part's gonna be, making them stay good, I think. There we go. You can see him more in the bottom camera there. Wait. This one. That looks pretty good. So the current game plan for his eyeballs is to take some googly eyes that are on the larger side. I'm gonna cut them open, take out that little black circle section, and then this is a piece of foam, but just sort of picture what I'm saying. And then I'm gonna glue that directly over the center of this eyeball LED right here, and then I'll put this little circle part, this like white circle part, over top of it, so that when it's on, it'll kind of illuminate the white part green rather than the rest. And then I'm gonna keep the I'm gonna paint the irises more on the blue side, so that when it turns on, it'll go from blue to green. And I think that will be pretty cool. So, that's the current plan. Yeah. Now, I just have to not fuck it up. Let me turn these off so you guys can see. Turn. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to remove this. Now the annoying part is when I pull these out, all the batteries are gonna fall out. Excuse me. but hopefully it will be not that big of a deal later. The little battery pluses in there kind of look like X's. He's dead. Oh no. Freddy is deady. Okay. Balloon Boy's stuck on Mars, even though he's immortal. Hell yeah, get his ass out of here. I could name a few other people I would want to see on Mars, but this is a family-friendly event. I don't know what I'm saying half the time. Alright. Cut this off. Put it over that. Easy. Probably easy. Alright, I'm actually almost out of googly eyes, which is kind of a weird sentence to say, but also I guess that means I've gone through like an entire bag of giant googly eyes, which was a pretty big bag, which is kind of funny. If I had $9,000, what would I do with it and why? I would probably pay off my credit cards, because debt fucking sucks. And then I'd have probably about $100 left over. I should probably stop talking about that. Anyway, finances moment. Let's go. If I didn't have to pay bills with $9,000, I would probably just, like, use it to get a decent car. Or something. I don't know. Like, if we're talking realistically. Why am I in debt? Because I have bills and my job doesn't schedule me enough. My boss likes to not schedule me enough days and then try to call me on my off days, and it's fucking annoying. Anyway. The reason I have debt is because I had to use my credit cards to pay part of my rent for a little while. But, yeah. And it fucking sucks. Anyway. Yeah. I guess maybe being, emotionally drained and possibly physically intoxicated. JK. Makes me just spill secrets on my live streams. I'm not actually intoxicated. I am high as balls, though. That's a lie. Man, I really just start talking sometimes. Anybody got something fun I can talk about? But, the battery in upside down. Actually, try to trim this a little bit. Talk about TF2, Half-Life 1 or 2. I've never really played Half-Life, but I was a huge fan of those like TF2 animations and like machinimas and stuff way back in the day. God, that makes me sound old as hell. But like, there's a few things about TF2 that's just like nostalgia for me. Like, I've only ever played it like a handful of times, but just like the characters and like the YouTube stuff around it, because like they had like a little YouTube, what was it? Meet the character series or whatever, and they were always like super entertaining. So I don't know what everybody else thinks about it, but I have fond memories of TF2, even though I never really played it all that often. Go do crime. Joke's on you. My government already says I am. Anyway. Ugh. Sorry guys, you get depressed, Skylar, today. I'm trying to be positive, but shit really sucks right now. I wanted to trim around his eyes a little more just so that it would be hopefully easier for these to kind of go in and out if I ever have to change the batteries. Because basically I'm going to be attaching the main actual eyeball solely to this piece, and then it'll just screw on to this. I just have to make sure it's all lined up properly. Come on. Bruh. Work with me, people. Work with me. I said fuck it, and I'm putting some more hot glue in the down there. Hopefully it won't get in the way. Just because I need these two. Be like this. Recreate the mimic. That'd be fun. I think that might be one of my next projects, actually. I talked about it a few weeks ago, but in case you weren't there, I have one more Elmo, technically, and I was turning it into an endoskeleton from FNAF World, but, then Secret of the Mimic came out, and I was like, yo, Tiny David Mimic, and then I think I'm gonna modify it into that after this guy's done. But, we'll see. I also have a cosplay that I might want to try to work on live stream. If you guys remember way back in the day when I would work on my Springtrap cosplay, might just do that again with a new one. We'll see. Funds are tight as hell, but luckily I have a pretty hefty amount of supplies already when it comes to crafting. Just because I've collected a bunch over the years, and I'm very bad at throwing away useful supplies, so I just have boxes full of cardboard and fabric and some foam and stuff. So, I don't know. Ugh, my eyeballs. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to off-center these a little bit, just because if I put them up too high, it'll look goofy, and if I put them centered, they'll be a little too close together. So it'll probably be kind of like that. More than the other. So it will be quite annoying. Ah, Jesus. Jesus. My eyes. My eyes. Just say screw it. Try to glue these on center anyway. It looks way better IRL because like the lens flare is a little much for the webcam. How old is Springtrap? Oh my god, I don't want to think about that. I don't know. 6, 7 years old. Oh god. No way. Now I have to Google it. How old is my own costume? I can't spell my own YouTube name. Skywalk 33 Springtrap cosplay. Showcase? Okay, so I finished him in 2020. Damn. So he's at 5 years old? That's wild. At least. Wait, I'm pretty sure it took me like at least a few months. Damn. 5 years old? My fucking back hurts suddenly. Let me scroll really far here. Oh yeah, the first... It's set as unlisted, but I do have a live stream playlist on my old ass shit. Let's see, what date was the stream started? November 4th, 2019. Oh my god. Well, that was a rabbit hole. Goodness. Reached Unk status? Nah, it's anti-Skylar status. I'll tell your parents about this. I'm the cool aunt, though. So it's okay. Kind of. Yeah, Springtrap's brand new. Yeah, for real. I'm not old. I'm not old. I'm just a silly teenager. Not an adult living in a fascist dictatorship. I mean, a very well put together system of capitalism. Anyway. On that note. Oh god. How far does Helpy's eyes stick off his head? I'm trying to make them at least look similar. Put your arms down. Ugh, my eyeballs, dude. Ah! Okay. The worst part about me making them slightly crooked is I'm gonna have to, like, I'm not sure what to do. Well, the original idea was to have it centered, but now I'm not so sure. How much do you talk? A little too much, but that's just my opinion. Oh. I feel like his eyes are a little crooked. Let me switch this to a better POV for you guys. There we go. Doesn't look too bad. I'm just trying to hold still, motherfucker. Now he looks kind of like King K. Rool. What if instead of officially attaching them, I just sort of like wedge them in place? That could work, actually. If I wedge them in place and then glue it, that might actually work better, to be honest. Try to remake this real fast. You know, I don't even know what y'all are talking about in the chat, but I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Like I said earlier, today's kind of sucked mentally for me, but I wanted to live stream anyway just because I think it's important to be seen sometimes. That looks pretty good, I think. He kind of looks like a nerd. These like this. Okay, yeah, I think I am going to, so, slight change of plans for his eyeballs here. What I'm gonna do is I'm going, hey, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to, basically not glue the eyeballs to his head. I'm thinking the friction from this little section will work good enough to keep it like that, and then it shouldn't matter how far this is rotated, if that makes sense. Like if I have it off versus on. It's just his eyeballs are really annoying now. Do the thing! Do the eye! Oh my god. There we go. So I can just do that and then put his eyes back on. Kind of. I think that'll help it look pretty cool with the glow. y'all. Who's we? You know, sometimes I just say things and then completely forget what I was talking about. Alright. So what I'm gonna do... I'm going to... specifically trying to use clear pieces just so that the light shines through good, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna glue part of this on there to attach this bit to. No, don't clip me. Ah. Actually, feel free. You know, this might just shatter if I use the scissors on it, but I'm curious. It broke a little, but it could still work. I'll probably step on part of that later, but it's alright. Whop. Whoop. I'll put this. I guess it does stick out a little too far. So basically I'm just gluing this on here for something to attach that to. Should hopefully work. Fingers crossed. If my calculations are correct, I skibbity on that. Ah! His eyes stick out. He's seen some shit. Alright. I think that'll work. I'm gonna do the same to this other piece now. I don't know why I just threw the trash in my junk drawer. What are y'all saying in the chat? I have not been paying attention. Okay. That blew up. It's okay. Part of it survived. Alright. That. Hopefully. this just a little bit. Is that? Hopefully that won't stick out too far. I don't know why I made that noise, but I did. How should I think I'm gonna put them, or try to put them as centered as possible, just because like Lonely Freddy's whole thing is just like staring at you, so I think if they're like centered, it would look the most like it. If I put them off centered, it would be kind of funny. But I think centered works the best. Here goes nothing, I suppose. Get out of the way. Might be a little crooked, but whatever. His eye kind of lifts off of his face a little bit, but that should hopefully be fixed when I put this over top of it. Hard part is just trying to keep it so that the hot glue stays. Other one. What time is it? 50? Oh, that's not so bad. If I can at least finish his eyes, I'd be happy. He looks so stupid. Wait. Which fucking... Look at his dumb face. It's gonna be like this. Hopefully. That looks pretty good, I think. Like I said, I'm gonna be painting these black iris pieces before I attach it fully, like before I put this piece on it. So I'm gonna pull this out. I can use this piece to keep it flat. That's what I want, honestly. that. Ah. So hopefully we'll stay. Woo! Okay. Let me. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Ah, yes. British spellings versus normal spellings. How very American. Would I box Balloon Boy? I would do more than just box. I beat the shit out of that child. Okay, let's see here. This should hopefully work. Yeah, yeah. Come on, bitch. That looks a bit more manageable to stare at. Oh god, my eyes! Well, technically they were Freddy's eyes, but... Maybe I should put like a piece of Velcro on it or something, because I don't know how well these will stay. Ah. I think it'll be fine. Okay. Maybe I could put a Lego on there. I'll turn these off. I don't know why this one's so difficult. Maybe there's a bit of hot glue or something in the way. Okay. I'm gonna move you down here, buddy. I think next we're going to try to paint these eyes real fast. Damn. Oh, get out of there. Okay. Wait. There we go. You missed my content? Aw. Well, thank you, Bradley Kenneth Murphy. That's sweet of you to say. Alright. Paint. Paint, paint, paint. Paint, 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 paint. Okay, I'll give you guys a little tutorial on how to paint Freddy Fazbear's eyeballs. or at least FNAF style eyes, if you don't already know. First we'll start with just putting some white down. Kind of spreading it evenly. I'm gonna put it on this part too to just sort of keep it consistent, so pretty much the whole thing is getting painted white. Fun fact, if you're trying to make glowy bits brighter, painting them white helps. Because reflections and shit. I don't know. Do I look like a geometry teacher? Did you guys know that we don't actually need gravity? Hey, don't spam. When's my next Bendy song? I hate to break it to you, buddy, but I'm not a song composer. Yeah, don't spam, guys. I can read them. You don't have to spam. I'll be so real, my live streams are not busy enough for you to need to spam for me to see it. So, just once or twice is fine. Alright, I'm going to take a short break. I'm gonna go wash my brush out and use the restroom. And yeah, I will be back in a couple minutes. Bye! Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to go use the restroom. Luckily this paint doesn't take too crazy long to dry, but this is basically what we're working with. You guys can see that. Like that. So the base part I'm gonna keep white, and then it's just this little lifted section that we're gonna paint. I just gotta let it dry a little bit. Maybe we'll work on his bow tie real quick. That could work. Does he have buttons? I think he might have buttons. Let me Google that. Only Freddy. I don't know why I said it like that. Okay, he doesn't have buttons, but he does have a little chest speaker. So he's got the bow tie and a little chest speaker. So, let's see what we can do. I think for Helpy's bow tie, I just made it out of foam. I might have like a rounded piece I can use. You could use a G Fuel scoop. R.I.P. G Fuel. I never got my sponsorship. I drank way too much of that shit. It was good, it's just expensive. But apparently they are going out of business. I just keep random plastic pieces because I use them for shit. I think this could work for the middle part of this bow tie. If I just go like this. Boom. I think that'll work for the middle part. I just gotta scratch off this text real quick on the bottom here. You can just barely see it, but it's raised, so I'm gonna use my X-Acto knife here to get rid of it. I think it's just the measurement size of the scoop, but if I didn't get rid of it when I painted this black, it would highlight it essentially. So yeah. Now it's not raised, at least. So yeah, I think his bow tie is pretty simple. Yeah, it's just kind of like a heart. So trying to think of the best way to say. This one might work better. Alright. Snip. There. Is your bedtime? Well, thanks for tuning in, Gray Rat 101. I hope to see you on the next one, and I like reading all y'all's comments, so keep them up. Ooh, I do have a thrift store find thing I kind of wanted to show y'all before I end the live stream. Not that I'm going to. I kind of want to get a little bit more done before I end it, but that's a weird sentence. Don't take that sentence out of context. But yeah, I want to at least finish his bow tie and the eyes. The devil's number. Oh my god. That's crazy. It's funny because the live chat's not even up on the stream. I kind of dig the little bit of the angular look. And then this will get glued on like that. And then bada bing, bada boom. Got a little bow tie. So I am going to paint this black before I glue it on there, just so that I don't get the black fabric. Or the black paint on the fabric. Okay. This will be like this. This will be like that. I'm gonna glue that, and then I'm gonna take it off. How do I make this stuff? I mean, you're watching how I do it right now. I don't know. I just like putting things together, I guess. I've kind of always had a knack for like what's the word? I don't really know how to describe it besides just like seeing things and other things, I guess that like, okay, this is like the only way I can describe it without it making too much sense, or not making too much sense. But if you've seen the Lego movie, back when Emmett first gets his like builder powers, and he like looks around at all the bricks and sees things he can make out of them. It's kind of like that. I've just kind of always liked that kind of stuff, so that's why I collect random bits and bobs and things, and stuff, because like it could just work for certain things. And like I used this piece here for today's build, and yeah, I don't know. There was a start of that sentence, and I don't remember what it was. Oh, shit. That's what happens when I try to read the comments. Is it? Nope. There we go. Oh, wait, I wanted... where is it? This one. There it is. Okay. So that'll go just like that. Now, before we get too much further, we're gonna try to use our time wisely here. So before we work on the little speaker in his belly, I'm going to paint, or do another coat of paint on these. So I'm gonna use a smaller brush, Not like a super small brush, but like, let's see. Kind of just like a small brush, I guess. I don't know. Are there specific names for different types of brushes? I never really thought of that. Like, they're all just paint brushes to me. Like, is the ends the names? Like, flathead, screwdriver, or something? I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna use light blue and wait, that's a better light blue. And now I need a dark blue. Maybe I'll just put like a drop or two of this into that for the dark blue. Because on Helpy, the dark blue is kind of really dark. But this one I'm gonna... I don't know what that was. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll just start with the light blue. So I'm gonna paint the inner circle only this light blue. I'm gonna attempt to. Hopefully it won't drip. But yeah. So this paint is kinda on the thinner side, so I try to be a bit careful with it. I guess I could make his eyes the same color as Helpy's. Technically, if I wanted to. They're gonna be similar to begin with, but maybe I kind of want the shades to be a little different. Alright. Boom. Blue. Blue, 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 blue. I'm just dabbing on a little bit more, because sometimes paint is silly and doesn't dry the way I want it to. Sure. Now we'll put those back over there, bring him forward. And I'm gonna go wash this paintbrush out because I didn't put any water in my paint cup. So I will be right back again. Okay, here we go. Now, for his belly, try not to set him into the wet paint. That would be nice. Ooh, FNAF movie. Who's all hyped for the sequel? Because I am so hyped for the sequel. Like, I saw people were complaining that it's not rated R. And I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna watch it either way. What do you mean? Like, I'm that big of a fan. I don't care. Yeah, I was hoping I would have like a circular piece that would work for the chest. I might just have to make this shit out of foam. Though I got like 3 drawers to dig through real fast. Ooh, jump scare! Spooky skeleton! Oh! That's a little large. Maybe trim it. No. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I do have this, however, which could possibly make good texture if I was to cut a little section out for the speaker. You know, at this point I'm kind of just talking out loud, but I think it might work. I like that idea. I want the speaker to be just a little larger than the bow tie. Maybe this would work. This, if you are curious, is a Scotch tape reel thing, like an empty one. I think I'm gonna attempt to cut off this outer ring here with an X-Acto knife, and then put it around some foam, and then glue this fabric over top of it, and then paint the whole thing black, and then try to go over this with like a silver to try to get that speaker effect in this on his belly. I think that's the plan we're gonna try. And then maybe after that's done, we'll go from there. I guess we'll see. Okay. Now my hope is that I don't accidentally crack it immediately. It's kind of that brittle plastic. Unfortunately. Might not work quite as good as I thought it would. We'll find out. Ah! Oh wait, maybe I can just... Wait, maybe it will work. Oh my god, I'm a genius. I'm so smart. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna trim this a little smaller. And then... What time is it for everybody? I'm just sort of curious, because at the moment, for me, it's about 6:30 p.m. And I know some of y'all say it's late, and you gotta go to bed. So I don't know. I think that means it's like a couple time zones away or something. Okay, so Circuit is an hour in the past? Bro. And or... girl or they, catch up. Mustard relish. I don't know what I'm saying. Feel free to take that clip out of context. I make myself laugh more than anybody else, I think. Alright, let's see here. I think somebody said last week that they were like overseas or something, which I thought was kind of cool. And they were like, yeah, it's like 2 a.m. or something. And I was like, damn. I was like, yeah, we've all been there. There we go. It's like a little thing. You never thought I would say mustard? That's crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Alright, now here's the challenging part with this fabric. Is it's not exactly attached 100% to itself. Like, I've worked with this a couple of times for different things. Mostly for like handle grips. My thought is if I can trim it like this, it look like a speaker. Are you guys seeing my vision? Do you guys get my vision? I feel like I'm smart. Let's see. What I'm gonna do first, however, is I'm going to do it over top of this. Ooh. Next, what part looks best? I want to say this top corner here. Well, maybe over this spot. Now, let's see if this works. God, I think it is gonna work. Aha! Hell yeah. Oh yeah, please don't talk about like locations and stuff in the live chat. Like, don't dox yourself. Like, you can talk about school and stuff if you need to, but like, I don't recommend putting clues to your IRL location in live chats. Especially nowadays. People are crazy. Yo, don't argue in my live chat, guys. We're trying to have a chill day. Come on. My thought is I might be able to just trim this off of this piece of cardstock. So, hopefully. Your name is Walter White? That's crazy. Jesse.
Jesse, we need to cook. We need to cook because of my cancer, Jesse. I don't freaking know. I don't watch the show.
Okay, yes, let's change the topic from arguments to jokes. Like my life. My life is an argument, is what I was trying to say. I hope you guys think I'm funny, because sometimes I make myself cringe. I probably shouldn't be using my fabric scissors for this, but whatever. Da 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 da. That looks pretty speaker-esque, right, guys? I think. Not too shabby. Nothing there. Once that hot glue is all dry, we'll paint this thing black and then silver. This we could probably paint black right now, actually. And then the eyeballs are still a little wet at the moment, so we'll keep that as is, and we'll paint this black. Yeah, luckily his bow tie is really simple. It's literally just black. Guys, if you don't stop fighting in the chat, I'm going to ban, or not ban, but I am going to mute you for like the rest of the live stream. Like, I don't have enough moderators to deal with people arguing. Guys, chill. Okay. Paint. Blah, blah, blah. What's a good movie? I went to the thrift store the other day and spent money I didn't have, but I think it was worth it. I got a couple of movies. They were fun. I haven't watched all of them yet. Most of them are movies I've seen already. But yeah. You guys like any early 2000s movies? If you've seen the movie Ultraviolet, let me know in the chat. Ultraviolet. I want to say her name is Emilia Jovovich, or maybe I'm thinking of somebody completely wrong, but there we go. The music's back. What's Ultraviolet? It is a movie that's supposed to be 100% serious, but has really, really bad special effects. And it's all done on green screen, similar to the stuff I've made, but like with a budget of a couple $1 million. And low-key, I think I could have done better. It's like, the plot doesn't even fucking matter. It's so dumb. It's like some vampire story thing, but then there's like clones and like a child that has like the antidote for vampirism or something, and then there's like this mega corporation. It's so stupid. But it's kind of a guilty pleasure movie for me. I found that at the thrift store the other day, and I bought it. There's probably the trailer on YouTube somewhere. Yeah. Okay. This is almost done. I'm gonna just... There we go. Try not to scratch any of the paint off, but luckily black paint stays pretty well. This over here. And then while we are still using black paint, I'm going to do this. The sound effects make the artwork better, just so y'all know. Damn, I was shaking the whole camera. I'm gonna try to carefully go back through this later with like a silver, either like a toothpick or something, and kind of like lightly brush over this to keep the little grid pattern visible. But for right now, just painting it a solid black is what you want to do. Set this like this for right now. I'm gonna flip it over. Fix any parts that I fucked up. And boom. There's those. I'm gonna go wash this paintbrush off real fast. Fuck. Shit. Okay, I'm back. Yeah. I have to roll over an important item real quick by accident. Let's see. Oibles. I'm going to try to line these back up real fast. Just so that I make sure I have it. Supposed to be. My hope is that the light is bright enough to make the blue not really show up. Though if I do this for like a horror short, I probably will do like a VFX thing anyway. But that's just me. Okay. So, eyeballs lined up mostly. Get that out of the way. We need a darker shade of blue. Or if you're doing like a purple or a red or a pink, you would just want a darker shade of the color. So what I'm going to do to save paint is I'm just going to use the light blue I already have. Add like a drop of this into it. Sort of mix that up. I think for Helpy, I just used that darker color completely, like no added paint, and it made his eyeball really dark. But for this one, I just kind of wanted this slightly different shade. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but we'll see how this looks once I add it. So for this part, I'm going to have a slightly smaller brush, like on the tiny side, like really tiny. And what you want to do is you can kind of paint like a triangle. So if the eye is like 3 sections, it would be one of those 3 sections. So it would be like a triangle into the middle of the dark color. And you want that on the bottom side of the eyeball. It technically doesn't matter if the dark side is on the bottom or on the top, but the way I always set it up is I have it on the bottom because I'll add white paint, like a couple dots of it, just to add that like glare effect, and I just feel like it works best this way. But yeah, everybody's a little different when it comes to art and brush. What? That's just me. Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob. You guys even see that? It's very subtle in comparison. Okay. You can see it. See? Now I'll do the same on the other eyeball. Try my best to kind of keep it uniform. Yeah, there's that. So, set you upright. I believe all I need now is black and white for his eyeballs. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go wash this paintbrush out again. There we go. That moment when you try to come back from the pause screen and then you close your recording software and have a little panic attack. Anyway, we're back. Hopefully that didn't like split my live stream in half, but yeah, okay. I want to do a little bit more before the end of today's stream, just cause yeah. You want the when fate comes knocking thing? Okay, okay. Okay, I'll show y'all. Be patient. What's the question, Oracle? go. With the bow tie. Aww. I kind of love his little bow tie. Cool, and the door still opens. That's a good sign. Okay, bow tie is attached officially. Is this dry enough? Maybe not quite dry enough. But I think we can do the rest of his eyeballs. So what you want to do, once you get to this point, is you'll take some black paint and you'll put a kind of medium circle in the middle. I usually just use the back side of a paintbrush because it's already kind of circular. So if you get like a little blob on here, if you just sort of dot it, it'll work pretty well. And yeah, so I'm gonna do that. So it's a bit on the small side, so I'm gonna make it a little larger than I normally would. So like if you're doing like a creepy animatronic, the smaller the iris, the creepier it kind of looks. But if you're trying to do like a cute eyeball, you want the black part in the middle to be pretty large. The iris section. Aunt status, hell yeah. Auntie status. Gentle reminder, Auntie Skylar loves you and thinks this world is a better place with you still in it. Anyway, hor. There we go. Black. I don't know why I said it like that. Alright. I gotta scroll up, make sure I see Oracle's question. I don't see a question. Where's the question? How far up? Is this the question? If I were to make a When Fate Comes Knocking plushie, should I make it Prometheus, 31, or 33? Okay. Is this like as a if it's like as a I don't know, like a custom thing, I think any of them would be pretty cool. Though for some reason, like a little chibi Prometheus plushie sounds really cute, in my opinion. So my vote would be towards Prometheus, if you were wondering. You got unbanned from Forsaken in 19 years? That didn't take too long. Okay, now we're going to take this brush and try to just do like the tiniest amount of silver over this. I don't even know what the Forsaken are. The Forsaken is? Is that a game? I'm so confused. Sorry guys, my boomer is showing. Oh, it's on Roblox. Okay. I don't really play Roblox. I used to way back in the day. Back in my teenage years. I really liked those, like, jumping puzzle ones. I think I tried to play it more recently, like a year ago, but just couldn't really get back into it. Well, there goes my Robux sponsorship. Not that I want one. You want to hear about Sky's school experiences? Well, I was homeschooled in a cult. Grew up incredibly religious. Moved around a ton. And a lot of other super personal stuff that I probably shouldn't start yapping about on a public live stream. But yeah, let's just say my life's been a little wild. There we go. Kinda looks speaker-esque. I'm gonna take the rest of this and just sorta if Freddy were to be a model, okay. You have me captivated. What's the question? Freddy from FNAF 1. Okay. I'm with you, girl. Ugh, the anticipation is killing me. It's gotta be a long question. Ooh, Five Nights at Freddy's project? I think my next one's gonna be the Mimic, and or working more on Death Trap to make him like a full-size cosplay instead of like a half cosplay, half action figure. I don't know. Maybe we'll do that on live stream. Because y'all seem to like the Five Nights at Freddy's ones a lot more than most other ones. That looks pretty good, I think. What do you guys think? That looks pretty good. Freddy as a zesty model has to be the next FNAF game. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but I'm all for it. Zesty. Oh god. That's fucking funny. Okay, hopefully this will dry relatively quickly because I kind of want to try to glue it on for the live streams over.
We set it down.
Try to get the lesson point. The sound effects help. I said this already.
There we go. Okay.
Have I played FNAF AR? Like once. I wasn't too interested in it. It was okay. I liked the concept. I feel like it was executed kind of poorly. And then the whole microtransactions and shit. I don't know. OG Roblox hit different. Okay, let's see. Last little bit to do on his eyeballs is white. So, I'll show you how I do that. So this is a tiny little toothpick size stick that's been nipped flat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dot of white on this and use it to do the little details. So, I need more white. Damn. Hear me out, Maniac Edition. There are certain things out of my control after all. Okay, so first dot kind of goes in the corner here. Try your best to make it circular. Normally I would wait for the black paint to fully dry before I try to add this, but and then next you go kind of towards the top and do a singular dot, and then you want to get a little bit of that excess paint off and then do a slight, how do I say it, line of white paint, but you want it to be solid. That where it kind of curves a little bit, and then very lastly I'm gonna take the tip of my X-Acto knife here, dip it in the paint, and do like the tiniest little dot, like right. Right there. And then bada bing. So it would look kind of like that. So the 4 little white dots and stuff really do make a difference. So now all we gotta do is do the same on this one. So take this. And you want them to be the exact same because it's like the reflection is coming from the same angle on both sets of eyes, or both eyes. That sets of eyes would be like 4 eyes. Boom, speed run. Speed run. Boom. Get shit on. Oh my god. You know, sometimes I just say, like, TikTok audios. I don't really know how else to describe it. Alright. You've been on the Abacus Network, just reading everything? Hell yeah. Dry enough to handle. I normally would probably let it dry out a little longer, but I want to glue it on before the end of the live stream to his belly with this bit. I think I kind of want it. Where do I want it? It's a little more on the higher up section of his belly. Kind of like there. Because I'm going to go back through and paint his tummy this lighter shade of brown later. Same when I go back to do his nose and like fix his hat and stuff. But as of right now, I think I'm going to glue this right there. And then we'll see how that looks. It's been 2 hours? Oh my god. That's wild. I don't think it's been 2 hours. 7? Oh god, maybe it has. Yeah, people always underestimate how long stuff takes to build. Like, shit takes a while. Bada bing. Alright, I think once these are freaking plopped in, I might have to try to reattach these from a different perspective or something, but for right now, this is what we're going with. Okay, I see you. He's a little goofy. Wait. He has seen some shit, bro. Yeah, he's definitely gonna need some eyebrows. Make him look a little less insane. Okay. I want to do one more thing, and then we'll probably wrap up the live stream with the When Faye Comes Knocking thing. I do think I might have put the speaker on a little crooked, so maybe I'll fix that. Oh, that kind of worked. By crooked, I mean not centered. That's better. Okay, last thing I wanted to do was I want to turn on his eyeballs and then see what he looks like with them painted. Every time. Come on. Light up for me. Do the thing. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, chill. Chill, bro. just crazy. Why don't you want to light up? Work, damn it. Something in the way? Ah. Technical difficulties. Don't you turn off. It's okay, guys. It's only haunted. There we go. Okay, out. Oh shit. Careful. Try not to smudge the. Hey, hey! No biting! You see that? Tried to bite me. No biting! Okay, I actually kind of really like that. Wait. Work. Turn back on, damn you. Okay, I'm gonna have to get a little finicky with how to reattach these so it works better. Look at this. It's really hard to tell, but they're definitely green. That's cool. Wait, maybe... Oh yeah, here you go. Oh my god, wait! Jacksepticeye! Did I accidentally do a Jacksepticeye reference? Holy shit. That looks way too much like Jacksepticeye's eyeball thing. That wasn't even on purpose. I think it will work for what I want it to, and then if I do use this for a, like a horror short, I could always go back through in post and color swap the blue to also be green, and then his whole eyes will be green. So I think that is pretty good. Alright. I know what you guys are all here for still. You want to see the When Fate Comes Knocking thing? Let's see. I don't see a lot of hype in the chat for When Fate Comes Knocking. Oh, wait. Yes? Okay. I saw one yes. That's plenty. I don't know why I was standing like that. Whoops. Okay. Transitioning has its perks, but also its flaws, so that wasn't on purpose. Wait, okay. Which camera? This one. Okay. Rolling over my cords. So, I'm gonna have to unhook my fucking headphones. Oh, that's spoilers. Well. That's something. Perhaps you've seen this before. Ooh. So I officially have a DJ set up. You'll never guess for who. I think it's pretty neat. Anyway. Look at these photos I found. Aren't they... Don't these just look like a bunch of swell fellas? Fellas and ladies. Aren't these cool? I sure hope there's not any OC trauma coming up. Okay. It seems like y'all are really excited about that. Yes. If I have been traumatized in my life, so shall my OCs. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'll do one last thing, a little thrift store find. I forget if I showed you guys this little pumpkin, but I found him at the thrift store. He's so cute. He's a lamp. He lights up. Ah! Wait. See, look at this. Ah! He's so cute. I paid like $1.99 for him. And then I had a gift card to another place, and I just sort of went there and was like, I don't know what to get, so I'll just buy some random stuff. And so these technically weren't from the thrift store, but I love the clothes. Hey, what's up? What's up, fellas? I don't know what that was. Wait, can I? I don't think it's strong enough. Wait. It's like bending the plastic. Okay, try not to break that immediately. Sorry, Freddy. So yeah, I got those. I don't know what I'm gonna use them for. But, yeah, and then the last thing I got. I love raccoons. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you are loved. Auntie Skylar loves you. The world is a better place with you in it. And yeah, okay. See you next week. Bye!